Jacob, aka Israel's visions and dreams. And on the first slide here we have an image of Anubis, one of the ancient gods of ancient Egypt. On the second image here we have, I think we have Hathor over to the far left. We have Horus second from the right, and we have two other Egyptians there. And this is a very lovely depiction of ancient Egypt. Here we have our solar system with the planets all the way out to Neptune. Pluto's not here. But anyway, the title of this, the subtitle of this presentation is I Merged into the Sun. And so therefore, we have a lovely depiction of the sun. I merged into the sun, went right into it, and this experience was joyful, full of love and ecstasy. And immediately following this event, in the visions, there was soft rain, a little more than drizzle, and there was a kind of choral music that followed. It is as if heaven itself and the universe celebrates my unity with God. On July 20th, 1980, my concomitant spiritual unity was met with tremendous rains and flooding in Chicago and surrounding the house where we lived. An enormous amount of tree limbs were hurled to the ground on our and the nearby streets. The streets and avenues flooded, basements flooded. Some people went into the streets to try to unclog drains so the water could go down. My neighbor, one house east of ours, did this. This is a flood. It almost looks like a river or some kind of creek. But the title of the graphic was a flood. And we were talking about the flooding of our basement in Chicago during the time of my of the celebration of my unity. Our basement flooded. The water was climbing up the basement stairs. There was nothing we could do. We threw our own little party. I know this sounds bizarre, but we sang and danced upstairs on the first floor. Tonya played on her portable organ. We sang Christmas carols. That's what Tonya played. And later we played Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life on our record player, and we sang along. At one time I danced with Tonya in one arm and Renako in the other. Tonya was 10, Renako 8. Now that really sounds nutty, but at the time it seemed so very appropriate. I believe we just felt compelled to celebrate my unity with nature, with God. That incident always reminds me of Anthony Quinn dancing on the beach in Zorba, the Greek. This is a picture of Anthony Quinn and somebody dancing on the beach in Zorba, the Greek. And I reference to this in my narrative about my experiences around July 20th, 1980. This is an oasis in the Libyan desert. It's very beautiful, isn't it? It doesn't look like the oasis that I saw in my vision, but anyway, it's a lovely oasis. On May 2nd, 2000, I was writing The Resurrection of Noah, which is about how life works and how the birth and death of souls works, and what the Bibles say about reincarnation. Based on many verses in the Quran and the Bible, I had a suspicion that Prophet Muhammad may be the reincarnation of Moses. I planned a meditation session, a conscious, though immobile state, to research the matter, and I carefully formulated the question I would ask. I successfully went into meditation, and I experienced this. First, there were the sights and sounds of mighty, swirling winds and sand above and to the left of an oasis in the desert. Then the sands morphed into a face. Is Prophet Muhammad the reincarnation of Moses? I asked. The winds stopped swirling and the sands stood still. Of course, it said, and I was amazed. Earlier, on August 4th, 1999, I was in the process of writing explanations about how reincarnation works in The Resurrection of Noah, the book. At about 10:30 p.m., I was lying in bed and thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I could write a story on any of my supposed incarnations or others where I was famous and sell it? I had this experience. My consciousness went back to 1955 and then to Jefferson Elementary School, the first school I attended in Chicago. I wondered what this meant. I started researching Thomas Jefferson on the internet and in my home encyclopedias. Amazingly, at about 1:54 a.m., I received an email from a guy named Jefferson, JEFRSN at AOL.com, while I was researching Jefferson. I told Jefferson about this synchronicity. I told him my question and about my quest. This is a picture of Jefferson Elementary School. The picture was taken some many years ago. They have since changed the name of it. It's now like a number. So this is where I had the vision concerning the school when I was investigating this reincarnation of Jefferson thing. Finally, I wrote an email to Jeanette Delantis, a psychic hostess on AOL, asking her the same question. Am I the reincarnation of Thomas Jefferson? On August 5th, 1999, at about 11:46 a.m., I went into meditation. I asked, am I the reincarnation of Thomas Jefferson? A display window appeared. The yes response or answer was clicked. On February 23rd, 2002, I discovered that Thomas Jefferson is and was the reincarnation of Jacob during meditation. Was Thomas Jefferson the reincarnation of Jacob, father of the 12 boys who became known as the nation of Israel? I asked. The display window appeared. The yes response was clicked. This is a graphic of the prophet's tomb. That's Prophet Muhammad, and then Abu Bakr, and then Umar, myself, in Medina, Saudi Arabia. It's called the Prophet's Tomb. It's interesting, isn't it? But I'm buried right there beside the first caliph and the Prophet himself. Thomas Jefferson is also the reincarnation of Caliph Umar, the second caliph. This discovery was made during meditation at about 1:15 p.m. on January 17th, 2016. A display screen appeared, similar to that noted above, twice, and the yes answer was displayed in red ink. In June 2008, fast forward to this incident, I had a dream indicating that Barack Obama is the reincarnation of Abraham Lincoln. In about 1996, I had a dream about having a red Beretta an automobile in a dream or vision, and I have understood the meaning to refer to the biretta of the cardinal, that is, relating to my rank in the church. I had this profound experience in 1994. I was lying in bed in my house in our village, almost asleep, and God called my name. I became somewhat alert. He called me a second time. Then what seemed like a few minutes passed, and the Lord our God called me a third time, and it was similar to what happened to Samuel in the Bible. Later that day, I visited our local supermarket in University Park, Illinois. We were experiencing a Commonwealth Edison power outage, so I used the headlights of my automobile to light the way for some shoppers leaving the supermarket. Later that evening, I went to the local cable access facility and recorded some of my writings on video for broadcast. I included this graphic because of my reference to using the headlights of my automobile to light the parking lot so that customers who were leaving the supermarket could see. The lights had failed in University Park in my village, and the parking lot was all dark, so I used the headlights of my vehicle to light the way for the patrons. I accepted my mission to light the way for those in darkness, to write and to read my writings, and to record them, and to announce the acceptable year of the Lord. My birth. My grandmother cut the cord. She and others cleaned me up. Then I raised my head up high and looked all around the room. Side to side I looked all around the room. I lowered myself back down. Then I did it again. My mom, grandmother, we called her Big Mama, and Hattie and her husband, Uncle Will, witnessed this event, and they were astonished. That's all I have for now, but I will continue to add to this particular type of posting, indicating some of my experiences in dreams, lucid dreams, visions, and the like.